Hello my loves, today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve a soft glam. I hope this video really helps you on your journey to creating your signature look. Just remember, have fun, okay? It's never that serious. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm starting with my brows today. Honestly, I think that when you're first learning how to do your makeup, it's better to start with your brows because waiting until your base is done is a little more advanced. It took me a while to get to the point where I was doing my brows after I did my base makeup. Right now, I'm just giving you guys a broad perspective of what your brow should look like in comparison to the brow that it's not done. And in a second here, I'll be zooming in so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Boom. So we're going to start with the tail and outlining the bottom of the brow. Make sure that you're using very light hair-like strokes, okay? And then I'm going to brush through the brow because I don't want any harsh lines. I want everything to look as natural as possible. If you need help with brow mapping, the diagrams in chapter 4 on brows gives a very detailed description on how you can brow map and create the perfect shape for your brows. Also, make sure that you're taking your time to really get that desired look that you want. Brows can be a little intimidating. They can be a little difficult, especially if you're new to doing your makeup. But just take your time and really get that shape that you want. I didn't speed anything up and I didn't take anything out because I want you guys to see exactly how long each step could take. So now we're going to go in with our primer. I told y'all I'm going to do my makeup so out of order today. I quite literally do my makeup differently every time that I do it. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Now we're going to get into concealing your brows. I like to start with my lighter concealer color under the brow bone and towards the tail. Later in the video, you'll see me go in with my foundation color towards the beginning of the brow. And again, right now, I'm just giving you a broader perspective of what it should look like. I'm going to zoom in soon so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So yes, I'm literally just taking my flat concealer brush and I'm literally tracing right along the end of the brow. I'm not getting too close to the brow because I don't want to get any concealer in the brow, but just going right along that line. I think a good analogy is kind of like coloring inside the lines almost. Like how you kind of trace along the line and then you color it in a little bit is kind of the same concept with concealing your brows. This is the part of the video where I'm putting the foundation color in the beginning of the brow. This is just going to create a more natural look, a more natural finish. I don't like a super highlighted front of the brow. It just kind of looks a little weird to me, but do what you do. Do what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel confident. This is just what helps me achieve that more natural finish in the beginning of the brow. Now I'm just going to take my fluffy concealer brush and I'm just going to blend that out. Don't be afraid to take it to the lid, start blending it towards the lid because I'm going to use that as my base, especially when I'm not doing like extravagant eyeshadow looks. If I'm just doing a soft glam eyeshadow look, I just use that same concealer to be the base for my eyeshadow look. Blending the middle is going to be the most important. You do not want any harsh lines where the beginning of your brow is. You want your brows to look as natural and as seamless as possible. So now we're starting to get into the nitty gritty. We're onto our foundation. And genuinely, I don't have a technique to doing this. I literally just take the foundation and apply it to my skin. I have some acne scars, so I just typically put it right on top of the acne scars. I do typically use my fingers to kind of rub and pat in the foundation before I take my brush to blend it. That's going to help with creating a more full coverage look. But if you're not necessarily going for a full coverage look, you don't have to do this step. This is just what helps me in covering those acne scars that I have. And a little later on in the video, you'll see a trick that I use to help with getting that full coverage look. As I get closer to my forehead, you'll see me starting to do more dabbing than rubbing. This is going to help reducing the amount of product buildup in your baby hairs and your hairline. It's just not a good look when your edges are filled with foundation. It's just not a good look. Right here is where you definitely have to start trusting the process. I know I look super crazy right now, but it's gonna all come together, I promise. So this is the trick I was telling you guys about with getting a full coverage look. I just take my MAC Fix Plus spray, take a fan, and let it dry a little bit, and then start blending it out. As you can see, I'm using a lot of patting and like pressing movements. You don't want to rub it in, especially since the formula is dry now. That just won't be a good finish. You want to pat it into the skin so that it can create a more airbrushed type of look. Next, we're gonna go in with concealer. You're just gonna be highlighting those high points of your face. That's gonna be your under eyes, the bridge of your nose, your chin, and your forehead. There are some different techniques that you can use with applying the concealer under your eyes to achieve certain looks. But for a typical everyday soft glam look, you just wanna make sure that it's in the inner corners of your eye. I like to use the fan to let the concealer dry a little bit. The more you let it sit, the more full coverage it's gonna be. And that's really the secret to a soft glam look, is getting that full coverage look without using so much product. Because truth be told, the more products that you use, the more cakey your makeup is gonna look, and then it's not gonna look soft and natural. Also, be sure to blend from the chin to the forehead and then go in under your eyes. This just gives the under eyes a little bit more time to dry and get more full coverage. That's the part that we need to be the most full coverage, under the eyes. Now, when blending your under eyes, be sure to start with the edges first and then blend out the inner corner. You want to make sure that the edges are blending seamlessly into your foundation. We don't want any harsh lines. We want everything to look as natural as possible. Don't be afraid to blend until everything looks absolutely seamless. Sometimes it's going to take a little while to get that perfect look. And this is where trusting the process is starting to pay off. She's looking so cute already. Right now, the bright under eye look is in. So if that's a look that you're looking to go for, all you need to do is get a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than the previous concealer that you just used. Apply it in the same way that you applied the last concealer. The only difference is you're only going to apply it under your eye. And you're just going to blend it out the same way that you blended out the last concealer. Right now, we're just gonna set everywhere that we just put concealer. Today, I used a translucent powder and a brush. Typically, for this step, I would go in with a pressed powder and a powder puff, but I ran out of pressed powder, so we had to improvise. And with setting the concealer, we're gonna go the opposite way from when we blended the concealer. We started from the chin and then made our way under our eyes. With setting, we're gonna start under our eyes and then make our way to the forehead and the chin. Now we're going to use that same translucent powder and we're going to use a powder puff to apply it. Powder puffs really help with precision. Sometimes a brush just cannot get into the inner corner like you really need it to. And using the edge of the powder puff is also going to help with carving out that nose contour that we're going to do in a second. And you really want to take your time with this step. We do not want our under eyes to crease. It's like my biggest pet peeve. So just be sure that you're really taking your time to make sure that everything is blended seamlessly, because we do not want any creases under our eyes. And then I just take whatever is left on the powder puff and set my forehead and my chin. If you have small hooded eyes like I do, sometimes your lids will crease, especially from the concealer. It's okay, not a problem at all. Just take your fluffy concealer brush and blend it out. On to bronzer. I love bronzer. I love how it just warms up my face and brings in some definition. I have an extremely round face, so I kind of like a more darker contour. I don't really suggest that for people who don't have round faces. It's just not gonna look natural. You're just gonna apply the bronzer to the hollows of your cheeks, on the top of your forehead, and then on the sides of your nose for the nose contour that we started earlier. For eyeshadow, we're going to use this technique that I like to call dusting it on your eyes. Personally, like to take my same bronzer color and literally just sweep it across my lid. Do take it up towards the brow and kind of connect it with the top of the nose contour for a more seamless finish. Blush is another one of my favorite parts of makeup. The girls that get it, okay? You're just gonna apply that to the apples of your cheeks and right on top of where you applied the bronzer. And this is the final look. Absolutely not. We need to blend that all the way out. I look like a clown. So typically when you're first learning how to do your makeup, you're going to overdo it with the bronzer. You may overdo it with the blush. It can be fixed. It's not the end of the world. All you have to do is take that foundation brush that you used earlier, don't apply any product to it, and just use it to blend all of that out. And eventually, the more you blend, the more she's gonna come together. Now that that's all nice and blended, we're just gonna take our setting spray and spray it all over our face. Then we're gonna take the fan and dry it. And I'm a little extra. I like to use 2 setting sprays. Once my face is set, I need it to not move. I need it to not go anywhere. And this time we're just gonna make sure our face is completely dry before moving on to the next steps. Now I'm gonna line my waterline using a gel eyeliner and a smudge brush. You can achieve this same look by using an eyeliner pencil. I honestly don't prefer one over the other. It's just about what you're the most comfortable with. I zoomed in so you can see up close what it should look like and how you should kind of be applying it to your waterline. This simple step really elevates the whole look. And now we're on to mascara. This is actually one of my least favorite steps in doing my makeup. I love the look of it. I love how it turns out, but applying it is just so annoying. If you have really short lashes, you can use dental brushes to apply the mascara. It's gonna really help with the transfer problem that a lot of people have. This is why investing in your lashes is super important. You want to be able to get the most wears out of them as possible. Who wants to just keep rebuying lashes? That's not fun. But right now I'm just applying glue to the band of the lash, as you can see. And while I wait for the glue to get tacky, I'm just going to move on to my lips. Right now I'm making sure my lips are completely dry. Making sure you have a completely dry and clean canvas is going to be really helpful when achieving your desired look. I'm going to start out by defining my cupid's bow and then connecting that line to the outer corner of my lip. And for the bottom lip, I'm just going to go with the natural shape of my lip and then obviously making sure both sides are connected. If you want to overline your lips, you're going to do the same steps. You're just going to go slightly above the natural shape of your lip. Now I'm just going in with my first gloss. Super pretty light pink color. And as you can see, throughout the time that I'm applying the lip gloss, I'm going to keep blotting to create an ombre effect. You don't want any harsh lines with your lip liner. You want everything to look seamless and natural. If you want, you can stop there, but I wanted a bit of a brighter lip. So I just dabbed my second lip gloss color right in the middle of my lip, and then I blot until everything is blended seamlessly. By now your glue should definitely be tacky, so you're just going to take your tweezers, apply them in the middle of your eye, right on top of your lash line, and then use your fingers to secure the corners of the lashes onto your lash line. Yeah, she's looking real cute right now. Once again, I zoomed in so that you can get a better view to see exactly what it is I'm doing. And with lashes, sometimes you definitely have to play around with it. They can be a bit tricky. Don't get discouraged. You're gonna get it right. Just keep trying, okay? This is when patience definitely becomes a virtue. I've been doing makeup professionally for about 4 or 5 years, and I still have some trouble with my lashes from time to time. But once you get it right, you get it right, okay? And this is the final look. I hope this video really helps you along your journey. Rewatch it as many times as you need to. Until next time, love you. Mwah.